The cover was a fella. He was blindfolded and he was wearing a corset and no pants. And he had his dick in the exhaust pipe of a car.
On this week's episode of That Sound podcast, we have the one and only Johnny B, one half of the two Johnnies.
Yes. Johnny is a very, very busy man. Just back from America. He done 4 or 5 cities over there. He's heading for Oz now soon. And here is our live chat with Johnny. Check it out.
Enjoy. Strap yourselves in. Well, Johnny, how are we getting on?
Great, lads. Good to be here.
Thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure to have you.
Absolute pleasure to be here talking whatever shite I can.
Well, that's one thing.
Your podcast down.
Yeah. Johnny, you've a hell of a busy year between the podcasting, the Pints in the Field, the TV show, the tour of America. How does it feel?
Good. Loving life. You might see behind us here, there's bits of duvet hanging down. This is our homemade vocal booth. I'll give you a little look there if anybody's watching. This is a homemade vocal booth of 2 mattresses. This is where we recorded the vocals for our album.
Jesus.
And an old duvet on top. And it's up on top of an amp there, sitting proud. So we did a lot of it here. Because as you know, we were flat out. So we came back I was on holiday, went to Iceland for New Year's. Came back in here on the 4th of January. Did all the pre-production, wrote half the songs in the album. We fucking horsed into it. And then we were back in the radio and doing 2 podcasts a week and on tour. Yeah, it's been mad busy. So I'm delighted to be able to get things done. And some stuff was really by the skin of our teeth. Like the album was by the skin of our teeth. And the radio every day, we were flying by the seat of our pants, 100%.
Yeah. Like between the radio and everything, like Jesus, you mustn't have time to bless yourself, like.
No, it's grand now that I'm not on the radio. Like I actually finish at 6 or 7 in the evening and had the last 2 like Sundays off and last Saturday. It was amazing.
You and Gujan can chill out.
This is it, lads. Last week I went to the Road Bowling down in West Cork. Savage crack.
Yeah. Was that your band from Armagh, wasn't it? Was on it?
On the Sunday, Ethan Rafferty, who was in goalie for Armagh, he was playing in Croke Park on Saturday, and then Sunday he was down Road Bowling in Cork.
No way.
He won it, didn't he? He won
he won the Intermediate All-Ireland, yeah. There was 50 grand cash betting it.
Jesus, boy.
Big money.
That's a lot of 50s, Johnny.
A lot of cash right now, man, Johnny.
Oh, hey, no better men for it, sure. West Cork. Out there, man, West Cork, who'd have thought? Yeah.
So, going back to your album, like number 1 in Ireland, Johnny, massive achievement.
So, Craig, it's probably in my bucket list, really, to do an album. It's something I always wanted to do all my life. And something we meant to do right from the start with the two Johnnies. Like, just kept getting pushed out. We would do podcasts and end up doing, you know yourself, you get opportunities and you say, yes, I'll do that. But the album was really close to my heart. It's always something I wanted to do. And I know your lads are big into the metal. I had maybe 3-4 EPs with different bands over the years when I was in a metal band, and never got around to making a full album. Wouldn't keep it together long enough. So the album is the big one for me. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to your earlier days hopefully in a little bit. But
was it as big as an achievement, Johnny, as winning the South Tipperary Junior B with Care? which one would you put as number 1?
When Care won the Junior B, I was managing. I wasn't playing. I was actually playing. We were intermediate at the time. So I was managing that. And jeez, that is a big achievement right now. What would that be, 2011 or 12 maybe? I think the album is probably the biggest thing I've ever done, to be honest. Right. Yeah. Number 1.
Unreal.
Yeah. And like Taylor Swift, I believe, was number 1 that week, and you knocked her off the week she was in Dublin. Is that right?
She was number 1. No, I think we were 1. Billie Eilish was 2 and she was 3.
Ah, right. Yeah. That's even better. We
were in good company. Yeah.
Yes. I have a question about one of the songs on the album. Right? Yes. The Ga, the Ska and the Ra, right?
Yeah.
There's a quote in it. I'm originally from RD, right?
Okay,
and I'm out in Cavan now in Shercock, and I was wondering, there's a reference about RD in a church in the song. You got married in a church in RD. Yes. And I don't know if you remember, I was on 2FM with yourselves a while ago, and I told a story about a church in RD. Does it ring any bells?
What was the story?
Confession box.
The confession box.
Was there someone writing in the confession box?
Well, there was a bit of heavy petting in it, all right.
Oh, fuck it,
Yeah. I said I wasn't caught. I wasn't caught in it. It wasn't me. I says, well, I never got caught anyway. I don't know if that rings any bells. And I just was wondering, did it ever pop into your head when you were writing it, or was it just a thing it rhymed with something else in the song?
I think I had that song written before that story, but that adds to it. I can tell people that if you want.
Yeah, just add that in there. Add that, yeah. There was some mad whore from RD that was doing a bit of heavy petting in the
confession box.
No. Just a bit of, just bits, isn't that what they say, isn't it? Just bits.
Doing bits.
But
no, I think we picked RD because it's like if he's from the south and she's from South Armagh, it's like maybe close to the border, kind of.
Yeah.
Tough man from RD.
Tough man from RD, down with O'Brien, yeah, that's right.
What they say.
Yeah. And then you had Owen Colgan on one of the videos. What a legend Owen is.
He's a fucking gent. He was, he did a live podcast to us before in Trinity College years ago.
No way.
And he was just brilliant. I've always gotten on really well with him. He's so funny. And we asked him, to come in and be in the star in the video for I'm So Hungover I Could Die. And he was just brilliant. It's honestly so easy to work with. He's fucking sound out like. And he just rolled with the punches and he was up for acting. And then we got him on the podcast 2 weeks later because he was so funny and he absolutely shot the lights out. He was brilliant. Like.
When he was telling that story about, that famous little clip of him on about headbutting your man from up the town, and he tell because he was drinking Linden Village and that's where he got the name from. It's fucking brilliant.
Village,
yeah, Lankin. He seems like good crack now. He definitely does.
He's a legend. Yeah, I reached out to him before years ago when we were starting. And the two of us went for a pint together during the day in Dublin one day, like, and he was really good to talk to, easy to talk to. But he's a nutbanger, yeah. He's gas fucking man.
And that video was good. Man of a pint with.
Yeah, well, he was saying now, like, he's living a bit of a quieter life. He's big into camping and walking and stuff. So he's living out in the middle of nowhere, Mayo, like, so.
Yeah.
Suppose, like, the Hardy Bucks, they gave it Holly for 10 years of drinking, pinting, and acting the maggot. So.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he's growing up or settling down right now, but no, let's not get carried away. But.
Yeah. Back to the start then, Johnny, just reversing a wee bit. When did yourself and Smacks kind of start the whole thing off, or how did it happen?
So we were living together, and then I was in a band, and the local panto asked me if I would get involved with the band at the panto, musical director or something, and I was like, lads, I can't even read music, I'm not doing that. So I said, I was living with Smacks, and I was like, he's a funny fucker, great crack down the pub, like, I'd love to get him on stage. So we said we'd come in and do a bit of a skit while they were changing the backdrops. So they'd pull the curtain and we would go out and act the maggot, slagging local people for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we'd never done it before. And I was in a wedding band, so I was used to going on stage, I suppose. But that was it. And we did that and it was funny. And then we didn't do acting for another year. And then Panto came around the following year and we did it again. And then we hosted our GAA clubs, Strictly Come Dancing, the two of us. We took over the subcommittee in charge of that.
Yeah.
And Johnny's a big fan of Ant and Deck. So he was mad to do it. Like, we had matching suits and we had cue cards and we had a little funny song, all this. And people just said to us afterwards, I don't know what it is, lads, but you have something. And I suppose we didn't know ourselves. So then that would have been June 2016. And then we started doing a few Facebook sketches. And then we released a rap song for the Tipperary Hurlers in 2016.
That's right.
Got to play on Up for the Match.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't let us sing that song. We had to do a different song that Smacks wasn't on. So he's like, at the time he couldn't really play guitar. He's kind of miming guitar. Well, it's RT, like the whole band are miming. You have to mime because they say
it's not live.
No, they don't have time to mic up a whole band. So like the lad playing keyboards had never seen a keyboard in his life. He just wanted to buy his off back to then. So during the verse, there's a wide shot and the keys are playing away and he's like, fucking this. And the piano is going away 90, like. So they're all mates. A cousin of mine stood in on the bass and another lad I know from Dublin stood in on the guitar. He had no interest in hurling. They weren't from Tip, like. We just kind of cobbled the band together to mime for the night. And but this Cal was good. He introduced us as the two Johnnies and he was like, these lads, keep an eye out for them, they're going to go far. He said a few nice words, like. So that was it. Then we started doing a lot of GA content. And then we were doing kind of sketches and Instagram and all that for about 2 years. And then Smacks listens to a lot of podcasts. So he said, we got to start a podcast. And I remember putting it on Snapchat, which I was doing a lot of at the time. If we started a podcast, would you listen? And most people were like, what the fuck is a podcast?
Yes.
But we did it. And that was it. That was the start. So podcast is going 6 years now.
Yeah, it's flying, man. Flying.
6 years, Johnny.
Yeah. And you lost the Belmora this week.
Yeah, Maura is an amazing woman. She's been such a great...
She's only over the road from us here.
Yeah, Drumcondra. How far are you from there?
What are we?
Stone throw away. As the crow flies, not too far at all.
Yeah.
You can get a nice sup of porter in from Conrad, so you can.
You can. Yeah.
Actually, go to Maura's place, Faye's, D.
Yeah, I was in it a few times. There was RD and Drumcondra would just get on back in the day, Johnny.
Right.
I'd say if I went into Drumcondra, I could come out a window.
You were all right the night we went to see Pat McManus.
Yeah.
Hat on, so you didn't hunt
At the
down.
blend. You know yourself, old rivalry and crack. But no, Drumcondra's a good wee town. But Maura, yeah, she was very good on the podcast too. I'd say you'll miss her.
Oh, big time. We were very lucky to get her. We got crossed paths with Maura because she was a researcher on the Late Ed Show.
Yeah.
And they were doing a Valentine's Day special, as they do. And I think she was trying to get us on with the Copper song, acoustic song that we had. And then we wrote a song especially for the Valentine's thing, Shift. And then they went for Tipau. China in your hair instead. So I'll never forgive Ryan Tubridy and all that. We thought that was going to be our big break.
Yeah.
And then we kind of stayed in contact with Maura, and Smax was like, we should ask her to come on the podcast and be a producer. And I said, we'll never get her. So she was there driving down from Dublin. Like, she had radio experience. She worked in News Talk and she worked in Northern Sound. And so, like, she was brilliant on us. She was massive help, yeah. Every week there'd be an argument with taking something out or leaving something in.
But he's had even, I find, like, I listen myself every week, and he's have a great blend. Like, there's good personalities, and even Neil now is a great addition. I think personally, I think he's a good balance. Like, you know,
yeah, he's coming out of his shell, and he's into stuff.
I'd say he's a dark horse. You know that.
Well, he's a horse. There's a big Mickey on him. Yeah.
Well, I gathered that. What did you say in the last podcast? He needs 3 flip-flops, one for the boy.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true. I just keep saying it. Like, he wants a pay rise, and I said, no, we're just going to tell everyone you have a big dick. This is what you're getting instead.
The lad we used to work with used to say, mine's that big, I leave half of it at home.
Yeah. He has his travel Mickey and his regular Mickey, yeah.
A weekend Mickey and weekday Mickey, huh?
Yeah, no, he's good. He's into, like, gaming and comic books, and he's into a lot of, like, indie rock and punk music and all stuff that we wouldn't be into. Right. So it's good to have another point of view.
I love the story what you were telling me about on the podcast about him driving the swingers back to the train station.
Yes, grand. Smax is nearly had a heart attack, like. He was going to catch swinging off them or something, like.
Yeah. He could be another dark horse too. He could be all smoke and mirrors job.
Oh, well, look, only if I know his wife well, I'd say I'd agree with you, yeah.
It was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. Back to the tour, Johnny, in America. How did it go? How did you find the crowd? A lot of Irish at it, a lot of Americans, or what was the crack?
Really different from city to city, actually. San Fran had a lot of Irish Americans, like proper second, third generation Irish Americans, and a couple of J1ers. But we went a bit early. If I had my time back, I'd probably go 2 or 3 weeks later. Right. To get more J1ers. And then Vancouver, all Irish, all people just over. There's this 2-year visa that a lot of people are on. Vancouver, I mean, anyone Canadian, they're all Irish or Chinese. Then
big
Toronto.
Shout out to my cousin Aaron McMahon that was at the Vancouver gig. He said it was brilliant, but he said it was the most amount of Irish people he'd been with in the same room since he left Ireland.
I believe it. They were gone mad. And then Boston was nuts because the Celtics had won the basketball, and so the whole finals was closed down for a parade. So everyone had been out drinking since 12 o'clock. So by the time we came on stage, actually quite early. Boston's a real early city. Like, all the clubs closed at like 1:30. Right. And the Boston crowd were langers. New York had a lot of Americans. New York was at least half American people.
Wow. Whereabouts in New York did you play?
The Gramercy, it's in Midtown there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But it was real strict. Like, the bouncer was this massive lad who, like, patting us down, checking all our bags and all. There was nowhere else. We were like, we're freaking here, like, 3 hours before the show doing sound check, and they're like opening your pockets, going through everything. Like, there's serious boys.
Yeah. You went out to a football club out there, I seen, did I? Was it out in Queens or somewhere you went out to?
No, out in Yonkers, north of Manhattan, up through the Bronx into Yonkers. There's a football. Well, there's a Gaelic. There's a GA pitch there.
Yeah.
Redmond Park for the youth, for the minors, like all the kids, and they've done unbelievable work there now. They've all the lights up and nets behind the goals, and there's 2 full pitches there. New York, for the kids, like the juveniles, have built this.
Oh, okay.
We did a fundraising gig for them on the Monday out in Eastchester or Westchester, I can't remember.
Right.
Somewhere north of the city, anyway.
I did play a bit of ball out there now, junior ball in New York, so that just has my standard. Rockland.
Yeah.
They have some set up now, my God. We used to play beside the psychiatric hospital. And it's
in it, you should have been.
Well, I probably should have been in it. But looking at it now, it's like, geez, the money that's involved is unreal, Johnny. It's serious.
They're a massive club, yeah. The year before we were out, and they have an all day every summer. Like Derek Warfield was playing and all this, and the club is huge. Like,
yeah, the chairman is he still Emmett Woods? He's from Tyrone. I don't know if you know him.
It's Rockland
out in like what's the name of that place? Fuck, I can't.
Woodlawn.
Up near Pearl River, is it? Across the
Pearl River, yeah, Pearl River. It's right beside Pearl River, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the current chairman is the man from Ballynail.
Oh, okay. Because when I was there, I was by from Tyrone, but geez, there was some crack. Though I went out to America on my own, Johnny, back in 2008, and I didn't know too many people, and it's the most Irish thing to do is either go to the bar and get talking to people or go play a bit of ga. So I said, fuck it, I found the pitch was only up the road and met a few lunatics from Mayo and around the country, and that was that. I was there for 3 or 4 years, then a great crack. Never won that much, great crack. So that the crack is the best, But even in round Beacons and that, then in Woodlawn drinking, Jesus Christ.
Some spot. Oh, stop.
Neds is absolutely rocking now, and the Vines will tell you that.
Yeah.
That's the place to be now. But yeah, Woodlawn, for anyone who hasn't been, it's amazing how Irish it is.
Oh, it's great. It is great.
Home away from home.
Yeah.
So,
what about the next leg of the tour coming up, Johnny? You have a lot happening now, heading for Australia.
We're going to Australia on the 1st of August, doing Perth, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney. Looking forward to it now, because I have so many friends in Australia. We actually have a couple of days off in the middle where I'm going to try and meet the boys. And, now, those gigs, I'd say, will be fairly lively. Like, I think they'll probably be 99%. I don't know. Like, I don't know if we have too many actual Aussies listening to us. I know we have proper Americans listening to us, but I'd say the Australian gigs will be mostly Irish people going bananas.
Yeah. Perth is absolutely rammed with Irish.
Oh, rammed.
Is it all sold out, Johnny, is it?
There's a couple left for Brisbane.
A few left for Brisbane.
Brisbane, if anyone wants to go, yeah. Other than that, they're all
Get your tickets.
Now, what would Noel think of that happening now? He'd be a hard man to get on that flight.
We got him to America. I don't know if we'll get him to Australia. Hopefully we will. Some people say that we were out the night before and Noel forgot to bring all his clothes and we had to go down to charity shops in San Francisco and buy him again. It's what some people would say happened. I'm not saying that, no.
But Johnny, it's fairly intense. 8 days over them few gigs, am I right? The 2nd to the 10th.
We did, like, the last time we went to Australia, we landed Thursday, did Brisbane Thursday night, Melbourne Friday night, Sydney Saturday night, Sydney Sunday night, and flew home Tuesday morning.
Oh, jeez.
Because
you wouldn't know if you were upside down or inside out when you come home, I'd say.
Yeah, but we have an extra man going with us this time. There'll be 4 of us going. Myself and Smax, our tour manager, and Big Jack will be doing all the visuals, the screens and sound and all that, and lights. But, like, Australia is like trying to stay in Dublin city centre. Like, every day you're out there is food and accommodation for 4 people. Like, it's £1,000 a day.
Oh, it's a mortgage you want.
Yeah, every day you're on a flight. Like, to fly an extra body out is going to be, I don't know, 3 or 4 grand. And every day you're out there is €1,000. Like, so there's no joke. You wouldn't want to be hanging around.
No, I done about the guts of a year in Melbourne, and I remember I went with the missus and her sister, And they didn't drive, so she was like, we have to stay around the city because I'm not driving. I was like, fuck you anyway, you know.
Yeah.
$2,500 a month I was paying for a fucking room. You wouldn't swing a cat in it.
Turn a sweet in your mouth.
You wouldn't turn a sweet in your mouth in it.
Yeah, it's mad out there.
And that's a while ago, Johnny, and Jesus. But look, it'll be some experience for you. Like, I know you've been there before, but like, it's growing and growing and growing, isn't it, Johnny?
This is it, like, sometimes you do gigs to make, and you think we're going to make a lot of money, and then other times you do gigs and you make no money. But if you want to grow over there, if you want to reach people, if you want to water those flowers, you have to go and
grind it out.
We'll also be trying to meet everyone and to do other podcasts over there while we're there and try and get on Aussie TV and radio and all that. So if you know, as a guard said to me one day, if you do it, it'll come back to you, and if you don't, it won't. So
you kind of have to hustle at every opportunity, don't you?
This is it, like, so it's just hopefully when we come back from Oz, we're eyeing up a week off in September. We're going to take a week off. This is the big one now.
Right.
That's the one to look forward to.
Yeah, so you can find Smacks on the beach in Lanzarote, lads, I'd say.
Yeah, he loves the Lanzarote.
Stop. He'd be gone in the morning if he could. That's a fact.
I wonder where his favourite restaurant is.
Yeah, walk away, Johnny.
His favourite restaurant is My Kitchen Julius in the Old Town.
They probably know him. I have a picture of him on the wall.
They know him well, Mr. Johnny. Yeah, I'm going to get a drink of water there, lads. I'm talking so much.
No water.
Mr. Johnny.
Yeah.
That's deadly. Unlikely. Oh, yeah.
Oh, pardon me.
No problem, Johnny, bye. Johnny, I'd like to talk about, if you don't mind, Pints in the Field. 20,000 people, Johnny. That's some achievement, by. And you had who did you with your 5 and Seamus Moore, Craig David.
If they're stopping round the border, won't you flash the lights at me?
Seamus Moore, some legend, lads.
I'd say that was some buzz, Johnny, in fairness, just to walk out there and kind of go, holy shit. Like, it probably didn't hit you till the next day, maybe, what's after happening, maybe.
Well, we got the Tree Arena filmed the last time we did it standing.
Yes.
And we watched it back, and, like, I think we were too full of adrenaline at times. We didn't actually perform. Like, if we're being really critical, we listen back to the singing, and it's like, geez, we're out of breath there because we're running around.
You're right.
Like, I don't know, like you'd hurl 100 matches, but your first game in Croke Park, it's like hurling in space.
Yes.
You know, so I think we learned a lot from doing the Tree Arena and getting it filmed, and watching yourself back's not always pretty, you know.
Yeah.
But so we were much more ready, and we rehearsed the shit out of it before Pints in the Field. Because we weren't on the radio, we actually had time. Like, because we all play on in-ears, so and we play to a click track. And a backing track. So some of the little bells and whistles and the oohs and ahs are on the backing track. So whenever we rehearse, we have to have a full rig there. So because you have drums, bass, keyboard. There's the 2 guitarists. I didn't play guitar this time. I just went on the mic. And we had 3 backing vocalists, which were actually a really big addition. They really help taking up the sound in the chorus. So you have to have a different in-ear mix for all those people. So then we have to have an engineer, and he probably brings an assistant engineer, and a big enough venue. So every time we rehearse, it's a big ordeal now. It's like a full day, and it's expensive and all, because you got to pay to be there, because they're not
big venue and a sound man and all of that crack.
Yeah. So we really went at it this time with like a full week of rehearsal to get used to putting the medleys together from song to song, and so I think Pints in the Field was definitely our best performance. Luckily,
no broken fingers.
No, luckily the best performance on the biggest day. We rehearsed the Guitar Smash this time.
But like, what was it? The Tree Arena, twice you sold it out. Was it twice?
I think it's 3 times now.
Twice
sitting and once standing. Some surprise.
Yeah, some going by from 2 boys messing about at a panto, huh?
Sure. Yeah, like us and the manager, we'd be kind of bold that way. Like, we were the first podcasters to do a Tree Arena. And it sounded insane when we said it. And then it's only like 2 years later, Joanne and Vogue did about 5 nights there, like, you know?
Yeah.
But like when when we said it sounded mental. But still, not too many bands Irish bands get to do the Tree Arena. You know, it's probably
no. Most people's the Academy or something like that. You know.
Yeah. So it's that's when if you take for the last time we took out the seats downstairs, and it goes to about 13,500.
Yeah,
you have standing downstairs and seats upstairs. But it's a class venue. Like if you do all seats and you don't sell that well, you can pull it in and do it to 5,500, 6,000 people. So it's really flexible. It's a great venue.
Remember we went to Machine Head. I think you were at Machine Head yourself, Johnny. We chatted about that on Instagram.
I saw them.
The arena.
I don't know if I saw them in the Tree Arena. I saw them years ago in
the Olympia or something. You were telling me before. I remember.
Jeez, I wonder, was it the Ambassador back in the day? I saw them.
Oh yeah, up in yeah.
Yeah, back in the day. Geez, that used to be a great spot. I saw the Deftones in there as well. I saw Down.
No way.
Yeah,
Jeez, Deftones in there. That would have been something else.
I saw Deftones in Vicar Street as well. Actually, that was one of my favourite gigs ever.
That was only a couple of years back, wasn't it?
How did they only play there?
I don't
know.
They
did 2 nights in Vicar Street.
Jesus.
It's like fucking Gojira playing the Waterfront.
Yeah, are you familiar with that band, Johnny? Gojira?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's the promoters. Like, Vicar Street is Aiken and the Olympia is MCD, and you can't do both. You're either on one side or the other.
Yeah.
So if the Deftones want to play somewhere, like Vicar Street is 1,200 maybe standing. So 2 nights there, say 2,500 people. If they wanted to do somewhere bigger, like where do you go in Ireland to do 4,000 or 5,000? And the cost of the Tree Arena, like to rent the Tree Arena is like 80 grand for a night or something. It's fucking mental.
Yeah.
What's the Ambassador? How many does the Ambassador hold?
I think it's gone now, is it?
Not the Ambassador. Sorry, the Academy. Sorry, the Academy.
It's only around the same, yeah.
Is it?
Only around 1,000 people, I think, yeah.
Yeah, we seen that band.
Like 1,000 is a lot, but
I know. We seen that band Gojira in Ulster Hall, and it was only something similar up in Belfast. That band is massive, and it was some fucking show. My God,
But bands like that, yourselves, lad, like gigging is just in their DNA. You get up, you gig. They sleep in the band. They're road dogs. They're hardy bastards. Like they want to go, they want to play, they want to reach new audiences, new people.
Yeah, like we were looking at videos of that band Gojira, just talking about Gojira, and they were playing like Colombia somewhere or some Brazil Poland, or something. Poland, 80,000 people, and then they're playing in Belfast to fucking 1,000 people. It was some show, some show. But on that topic, Johnny, you were a big rocker, metalhead back in the day.
Yeah,
I do remember you sending me a video of your All Souls song. I think you're only about 19 or 20, were you?
Oh, maybe 20, 21, maybe at that stage. Yeah.
Fucking,
it was 22. Yeah.
Did you write that song yourself?
I did, yeah.
Jesus, she's some tune, boy.
That's good. You can probably tell, I was listening to Lamb of God, Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Machine Head, that kind of stuff.
You got to feel a kind of machine headed.
Yeah,
the drumming is class, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Is that the Boogie Band? Is it? Is that the boys from the?
No, it was 2 boys from Dunshaughlin in County Meath, actually.
All right.
The drummer and bass there. We were a 3-piece then, yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, I remember.
I still listen to metal. I have I'll tell you what I was listening to this morning. Though I have my gym playlist. If you want, lads, you get a laugh.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, who's on this now? So there's Lifer and Eyes of the South by Down. A couple of songs from Corrosion of Conformity.
Okay.
2 songs from Slayer, Bitter Peace and something else. Then there's Testament, More Than Meets the Eye. Megadeth, more Megadeth, 5 Magic, Primus, Lacquerhead and Winona's Big Brown Beaver. Feel Good Hit of the Summer, Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, what a tune.
Judith by A Perfect Circle, which I love. A couple of songs by Symphony X. I do veer into a little bit of Dream Theater, Symphony X type stuff as well. I like kind of mid-period Dream Theater there. Pull Me Under.
Panic Attack's another good one.
Fear Factory, Machine Head, Chimera, Mastodon, System of a Down, Korn, Seven Dust, Nirvana, Drowning Pool, 1 Minute Silence. 1 Minute Silence?
No, I haven't heard of them, funny enough.
They used to be on like Kerrang and stuff, Women in Silence, and their singer is from Templemore and Tip.
Fuck off.
No way.
Yeah, the rest of the band were British.
We must get them on for the crack.
Yeah. Jeez, if you can find him, the singer's nickname was Yap. Brian Barry was his name. I've never met him, I never heard him, but I saw them. I think they done the Temple Bar Music Centre back in the day and all. Like, they were fucking brilliant. And then there's an English band called Sickit. You know them? Sikth.
Sickit.
No,
I think I have heard of them. Yeah,
They're
but like even looking at Ireland at the minute, like there's a serious metal scene at the minute. Like it's unreal. Like we're not specifically metal. Like
we'll interview anyone. We'll have a crack with any music,
grunge, country, all that crack. But like we did talk to a few metal bands, and like down around Cork, and even up by us, there's a brilliant band called Words That Burn. They're from Dundalk and Carrickmacross. Fucking class, like really, really good band.
I'm out with the Luke boys. I used to know every band.
Yeah, you don't have time to you don't have time to go searching anymore.
Send me on a few, I'll have a listen. But I'm fecking out with the Luke altogether on the new.
Yeah, no, there's some nice stuff, isn't there?
There is some lovely music out there. Head banging.
Yeah, Luke's in a great band at the minute too. Luke's with the Savage Hearts. Do you remember the band back in the day, the Stripes? They were from Cavan, young fellas.
Yes.
So
Evan Walsh, that played the drums in the Stripes, Johnny now has a new project called the Savage Hearts, and he's actually switched roles. He's on the bass and the vocals, and myself got the call up for the drums, which is a bit of an honour, but good old crack. We're heading for London now next week for the start of a few gigs over there, and we'll be over in the UK a bit between now and the end of the year.
Great, what kind of stuff?
It's fairly, what would you say, rock and roll, psychedelic punk.
Yeah.
We'll send you on a few bits.
Yeah.
See what you think.
You done C sessions and
sure. They were managed by our manager,
Aidan Shorthall.
No, Joe Clark.
Okay, I must ask him about Joe.
Yeah, that is gas.
That's unreal.
Yeah, you supported the Undertones a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we supported the Undertones in Limerick a couple of weeks ago, and we have another gig with them closer to Christmas. But if we're up round Dublin again, or if we're down Tipway, we'll give you a shout.
Cheers, do lad. Yeah.
Johnny B and Goujon on the guest list.
There was a metal band we used to play with a bit. I used to do a lot of nights in like Fibbers and the Voodoo Lounge and all these places. And there was a band from Drogheda called, I think they were called like Dice Lewstick or something like that. And they had an EP I'll never forget because it was called The Cunts from Drogheda. And the cover was a fella. He was blindfolded and he was wearing a corset and no pants, and he had his dick in the exhaust pipe of a car. And they were from Drogheda. So if anyone can shed a bit of light on whatever happened to them, Dice Lewstick or something like that. This Lewstick. Something like that. I don't know if that's a word, but they were gas.
I have to ask a few.
Live. I saw him live a lot of times.
There was a great band from Monaghan back in the day too, I remember, called Speed King. I don't know if you ever came across them.
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie Morgan was drumming with them. He does some bits now. He's out in Dubai now, kind of as a
singer-songwriter.
Yeah, they were. Like, I mean, what am I? I'm 38 now. So back when I was
18,
they used to play up around RD, but like they'd come in and they'd play, you know, where everyone was playing Enter Sandman and that kind of shit. These guys were playing Orion and Cemetery Gates and, you know, 5 Minutes Alone, and you were kind of going to the pub. You were like, holy shit, this is another level, you know. But they did tour up around Dublin and round the country as well. Another good band from down your way, you probably heard of them, is Crow Black Chicken. Did you ever hear of them?
Yeah, I know the boys very well, yeah.
The bass player, Stephen, isn't he from around your country?
McGrath, yeah, he's from Clonmel, yeah.
Yeah, he's class, top class.
They're very good in fairness. I've seen them live a couple of times, and the fella who recorded and engineered their album did our album as well, same man from Dublin.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
So
they actually
their new stuff, they're good now, they're very good.
I don't know if you ever heard the story about Crow Black Chicken with a reference to where I am now in Shercock in Cavan, is that there was a Battle of the Bands competition in Shercock years ago, and the winner got a slot in Glastonbury.
Right.
So because family friend of the farmer that owns Glastonbury is living in Chercock, and he used to have a pub and blah blah blah. But long story short, Crow Black Chicken won it and got to play in one of the stages in Glastonbury. Mad stories.
They're fair old road warriors now. They've gigged all over the world, like, and they've got their loved, like, they're really good live. In fairness, they're the real deal.
I remember the first time I heard them, and I heard the singer. I think he's from Cork, isn't he?
Christy Chisholm, where he's from.
I thought he was Christy, but he looks like a big Southern American bio, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, "There's no fucking way he's from Cork." You know? But my God, the Rory Gallagher Festival, like, them boys are like well known in that community up there.
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
Real deal. No, I sure. From up until the two Johnnies really got going, I was in a wedding band, and sure, we were always gigging at weekends and stuff, you know.
No time for that crack.
Do you still have the old ESP from the Red River days, Johnny?
I do. That's up in the attic, actually. And I play... Currently now, I play an American Strat that I have here in front of me. But it's has the humbucker go-to, but it's not really for metal now. Although all the guitars on our album, I did all the rhythm guitar, and it's all just on Pluggle, the Neural DSP. It's all virtual amp. I didn't, like, I have a big JCM 800 Marshall stack, but like, so fucking impractical these days. Like, just
yes,
I was able to track most of the guitars here in the podcast studio, and then with our mate Phil in the studio. And it's so handy. You get such good tone out of it. So even though some of the songs are not heavy, there's actually a chunky enough guitar sound on a few of them. Like, there's a song on the album called Owl Lad in the Pub.
Yeah.
Which kind of is probably the most rockin' kind of Corrosion of Conformity song on it. But
there's a young lad I teach, and he was mad to learn some of the two Johnny stuff. And then as a junior B all-star, you have that sort of real heavy ref in the middle of it. And he absolutely loved it. He was chugging on the E, and he was just absolutely loving it. He's only 9, and we had to go through about six or 7 of the songs, and he knows every one of them off by heart.
Oh, stop. Gas, the likes of that now I love, especially now that I'm not playing guitar. I can bounce up and down and channel me inner Zach De La Rocha.
Oh, man.
For that, yeah.
Did you ever see them boys live?
I saw Rage Against the Machine in the Tree Arena years ago, yeah.
Oh, man.
They were brilliant. Just zero production, like, just came out and played.
Yeah. We got to see Tom Morello there a couple of weeks ago up in Belfast.
Well,
yeah, very good. Yeah, he actually opened for Limp Bizkit, and
yes,
he kind of Limp Bizkit were actually surprisingly very fucking good.
Mental. That was one of the craziest crowds I was ever in.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I thought, with the old nostalgia kind of.
Fred Durst showed up in a high-vis jacket.
Yeah, it looked like he was laying tar or something.
I would have gone to that had we not been away. Yeah, looked like some crack.
Looked like a Paddy Fong or someone above.
But what was Tom Morello doing? Like, what stuff was he playing?
He came out. He actually recorded the album with his son. He's only about 12 or 13. And he's fucking sick on the guitar. He's serious. But he has a couple of original songs, and he has a full band with him. And he played a couple of his own tunes, and then he did like he did a melody of Rage and a bit of Audio Slave, and did a nice ode to Chris Cornell, and
who sang?
The bass player sang, or the rhythm guitar player sang a bit.
Yeah,
and then Tom sang a couple of tunes himself as well.
Yeah, cool. I would have loved to seen Zach and the boys. Myself and Luke were meant to go to Prague, and do you mind he broke the leg, or he done something on
the North American tour.
We had the whole thing paid for him, going, oh yeah, it's only 2 more weeks, and next minute cancelled.
He fucking mangled it, so he did the best.
Oh look, but. Even the trip to Tip, I remember hearing stories back in the day. Rage played at it.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Semple, wasn't it? Semple Stadium it was.
I was counting a couple of boys. Yeah, Evil Empire was only coming out at that stage. Like, it's mad to think Guns N' Roses, Prodigy.
Yeah, Prodigy.
All playing.
What year was that? 94 or something? Was it 90?
They did a couple of years. They did. I think they did from 1990 to 94. Yeah, I think they did 4 or 5 years of it. Anyway, it was Fela then for a while.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
But for the stories about like the lads, just people around Simple would rent out their front garden to campers and selling cups of tea out the window and all, like, there's no health and safety then.
Oh no, the Irish can find out to make a pound in any situation. Yeah. A funny story just popped into my head about that. How to make a pound when there's a festival or something. We're not too far from Slane Castle here.
Yeah.
And you remember Robbie Williams played Slane?
Yeah.
Well, my cousin had the brainwave that he was going to go up and sell sandwiches and give Robbie Williams haircuts. And he said there was a queue about 20 or 30 people. All he was doing was shaving the head and putting the little line in. Remember, he did the little cow's lick, the little line.
Made a fortune.
Selling ham sandwiches and giving haircuts.
What a combo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Would you ever see yourself getting back into doing maybe some of the rock, metal stuff if you ever got time?
I don't know, there's so much.
Have you kind of put it to bed or?
I don't know, there's so much we want to do. I think the reason some of the songs turned out the way they did, and this is because I write on the acoustic now a lot. I'm on my own. So the band, like, because we don't really gig and they don't all live around, we're not like a normal band that we can have a jam.
Yes.
We only really get the lads together for rehearsals to a big gig. Or like this was recorded, the album was recorded remotely. The bass player lives in Germany.
Right.
So like when I had lads around to jam with, you end up doing madder shit and heavier stuff. But when it's just me, I end up writing more like acoustic-y stuff. So I'd love to someday fucking try it on, maybe do some heavier stuff. But we'd have to see. We'd love to do another album.
Yeah.
God knows what way that would go. That could be anything.
Yeah.
Good crack. We'll have to get a Noel's Creamy Pints Part 2.
Yes.
There's an old song on the album called Pints, all right, yeah. And there's a dance remix of that coming as well. It's really good. It's funny.
Deadly. Johnny, if you don't mind, we'll do a bit of question time. A few random questions.
Yeah.
So, one that we ask all our guests. Can you name a book, an album, and a movie that everyone should check out?
There's a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I would say everyone should read that. But also, I read Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom. No, jeez, it's the size of a telephone book, but it's great. And then a film. Oh, jeez.
I know you're not a great man for the telly.
Fatal Deviation.
Right.
Made in County Meath. You know that one?
Fatal Deviation. It doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, was that the one that was made in Trim?
Yes.
Yeah, Evan was telling me about that, so he was for the crack. He said it's brilliant. Nuts. I think it's on YouTube. Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's absolutely insane.
Must check it out.
It's like a kung fu movie set in Trim. Brilliant.
He's going to love that now that somebody else knows it exists.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah, sure, Mikey Graham from Boyzone plays the bad guy in it.
No way.
Yeah, it's nuts. That's what was the other one? A film, book, and
an album.
An album.
Oh. I suppose growing up, my two favourite albums were probably Pearl Jam 10 and Alice in Chains' Dirt.
Oh, nice.
Probably stick with that. So,
yeah,
I suppose 10 probably the biggest influence on me personally. When I was younger, I thought I was Eddie Vedder. I'd have like the 3/4 lengths, camo shorts, and long hair. Yeah,
we actually seen Pearl Jam there last week in over in Madrid. Very good.
Oh well, how was that?
It was very good. Yeah.
Podcast went on tour to Madrid for the weekend, Johnny. We Pearl Jam Thursday night, Metallica Friday night, and Metallica Sunday night.
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah, and we got into Kneecap as well. That was
we
mad.
did. We got into Kneecap on the Thursday. It was unreal.
It's only a wee small stage. Yeah, mad.
Serious. They were unreal.
Mad horse.
DJ Provo was in the mosh pit himself.
That's the shot. Class. I saw them live once, but I'm looking forward to seeing them again.
Yeah, I tell you what, fair play to them. Like, they've balls and they've got the where they are from just being honest and doing what they want to do. Like, you know, got to respect that.
They're great showmen. Like, yeah, anywhere they go, you see them at the Galway Film Flat up on top of a PSNI vehicle with flares, like to promote a film. You know, they make the news everywhere they go. And I think they have the tunes to back it up, more importantly, you know.
Absolutely, the beats are sick, dude.
Yeah, there was one of them now, if it was an instrumental on in the nightclub, even with the lyrics, you'd be bopping about the place, having great crack.
Yeah. Metallica were on fire as well. My God.
What kind of a set did Metallica do?
Oh, heavy shit.
Heavy fuckers.
Some of the old school stuff. We got Battery, Master of Puppets, Seek and Destroy, Creep and Death, All Night One.
Orion, Cthulhu.
We got Cthulhu. We got Fight Fire with Fire on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Class. Oh, did they mix it up from night to night today?
Yeah, no
2
repeats.
different sets.
Yeah, no repeats. It was in the Atletico Madrid Stadium, some spot.
Savage.
Spot.
What's it? The Estadio?
Jeez, there was some heat though. Holy Christ.
I actually quite liked I thought Hardwired Self-Destruct. I thought it was a great album.
Yeah. I thought the last couple of albums were good. That Magnetic I thought was very good. 72 Seasons, yeah, it's growing on me. I thought that Magnetic was very good, very fast. Sorry, Johnny, go on.
No, I'm saying, some bands kind of peter out, but Metallica's latest stuff is still pretty good, in fairness.
Yeah,
Hetfield's happy out now that he's got a new Molly on the job.
Oh, has he?
Tara would a bit of variety does for a lad, huh?
Give you a new lease of life.
Book him up a bit.
Johnny, can you name one thing on your bucket list that you haven't yet done?
Go drinking and not make a show of myself. I'd like to do Machu Picchu and all that. Maybe trips around South America for a bit.
Yeah.
Release an album was on the bucket list, 100%. And I just love traveling. Yeah, I love going around Europe, and I love going around Ireland. I'd holiday in Ireland every year, no problem.
Yeah. Machu Picchu would be a good share.
If you're looking for a man for Machu Picchu, this fella will sign up 100%.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to do the Everest Base Camp too. I'd love to do it.
That'd be fair going now. Yeah, I've spoken to people who did that and they said they loved it. So maybe
the only thing I'd be afraid of is the airport. It's fucking lethal.
Jeez, that's right. Actually, yeah, Kathmandu, is it?
Yeah, it's I think it's the most dangerous landing strip in the world. There's at least 2 plane crashes a year, so that's the only thing. The woman says you can go as long as you have life insurance, and I get the house for that.
She'll be getting it here for Christmas.
What's your go-to takeaway?
I'm not a big takeaway man, but pizza would be the one. Pizza all day. This is a good pizza place now. I fucking love it. Fatting on that.
Yeah. The first album you bought?
I think it was the Nirvana live album, Muddy Banks of the Wishka.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And it's fair scrappy, screechy and feedback everywhere and all. It's probably a bit much. But then I got that, and for some reason I got the Fugees, The Score.
I had that too. What an album.
That was massive at the time. And then
I haven't given it a full list.
Ready or Not and all that.
Serious. White Tip Sean.
Yeah. Then my older sister was into Placebo and that kind of stuff. Got me into the rock stuff, and then
Alanis Morissette. No, did you go that way?
Yeah, A Jagged Little Pill. Yeah. That still stands up. There's some good tunes on that, in fairness now.
Yeah,
a lot of people mention that album.
Yeah, the guy that was with Foo Fighters was drumming on that album. Taylor Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins. Yeah. Let me see what else. My earlier albums would have been kind of Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alanis Morissette, bit of Oasis, that kind of stuff. Got a Blur. I had a couple of Blur albums. What's the one with Song 2 on it? I got that when it came out. I remember being like,
oh yeah,
my communion money or something, asking someone to get me that Blur album. And Radiohead. I remember being
OK Computer.
OK Computer. I was still in primary school when that came out. Getting on OK Computer. Yeah.
I remember reading the lyrics of OK Computer in Karma Police. I'm like, what is this mad shit? But it's deadly. I love it.
It's a lot for a 12-year-old to be taken in now that you look back.
But I find it's mad though, even with different albums. Even remember I said to you a few times, like Saint Anger by Metallica, just going back to Metallica.
Yeah.
I think it's with age, certain albums you react different as you get older, I find. Maybe it's just me.
Or it hits you different, or you understand it a wee bit better.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you ever felt like that, but yeah. The first and the last concert that you attended?
The most recent concert I was at, I think, Jesus, it's probably Morgan Wallen, country singer.
You were at that in Nashville, weren't you?
We went to Nashville, chased by some crack. Nashville's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Have you been to Nashville?
Yeah,
I haven't.
Yeah.
Gavin is a good story.
Yeah, we've. Oh, Jesus Christ! So when I was out there, did you ever hear the festival Bonnaroo?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's like a Glastonbury kind of a thing, but it's in Tennessee. And we drove from New York down to Tennessee over a couple of days, and sure, we had a big RV, 30-something foot long, and sure, I don't even think we had a license for it. We only had a car license or something.
Yeah.
But down we went anyway, and into the campsite story. Oh, Jesus.
The one about your man.
Yeah, so...
You boys ever?
Yeah, so we get into this campsite anyway. We were there a day early, and we pull into this RV park, which is right next to the festival, and we're chilling out anyway, having a few beers, and he's, your man, you know, some Americans, oh my God, you're Irish, I never met Irish guys, I'm coming back and I'm having a beer with you guys. We're like, yeah, whatever, no problem. He says, I have to check in these RVs, I'll be back. So he comes back and he has a couple of beers anyway, and he's kind of looking at us like we're fucking aliens, like, you know, jeez, Irish boys. Then he says, you boys ever smoke weed? I said, no, I don't smoke that stuff. And one of the boys, yeah, Tim, I'll be back in a minute. He says, I'll be back in a minute. He comes back. I think he had about an acre of stuff growing out the back. Then the boy started a wee bit of this crack anyway. And then he says, you boys ever shoot a gun? I just went, oh, no.
Someone's going to be killed.
Someone's going to die. And the boys hadn't the strength to even talk. They were that cabbaged.
Yeah.
And he says, one of them says, no, I'd love to. And I was like, don't. I'll be back in a minute. And over to the truck, like a film, Johnny, I'm not joking you. Down with the visor, bang, handgun. And I'm going, that's it. Someone's going to die tonight. That's just it, you know. And I mean, we're in an RV park. There's RVs everywhere.
Yeah.
And I see him just going over to the wall and putting the cans on the wall. And I'm just, oh, shit. Next we start shooting the gun in the middle of it. I says, oh boys, quit, just quit. For fuck's sake, someone's going to die. And as we're leaving the fucking RV park the next morning, we give him a tricolour, and there he is putting the tricolour up in the shed and waving away. I says,
no bother shooting away in the caravan park.
Oh, holy Jesus. But I actually enjoyed as they say, the southern hospitality. It's class.
Yeah, for sure.
No, not that extreme, but you know what I mean. And we did get into Nashville for a few hours, and the Broadway is the main street, isn't it? We used at the chicken shit bingo. We used at it.
We went chicken shit bingo in Austin, in Texas. It was good.
Yeah,
it was in that cage with all the fucking numbers on it.
I heard Austin's a good town, Johnny. Would you recommend it?
I would, yeah. A lot of live music in Austin too, actually. There's a big live music scene there.
Good crack.
They used to have that show, was it the fucking Austin City Limits?
City Limits, yes. Yeah.
They have that slogan. You see a lot of people wearing the t-shirt and the hats, keep Austin weird.
Yeah. It's the new LA, they say. It's going to be the new LA.
I think so.
Until the Texans get annoyed.
Yeah. Johnny, last question, because I know you're under pressure. If you had the power to get 4 artists in the room, your choice, dead or alive, to record your dream album, who would it be? So like a singer, drummer, bass, guitarist.
You can have 2 guitars if you want. You can have it 4 or 5.
I'd probably put Dave Grohl on the drums. I think he'd suit what I'm doing. I think he gives every song such fucking energy. He hits it hard, and he's not... Sometimes metal can get so like technical, you lose the soul, but I love what he did on Queen of the Stone Age. And bass, fucking I mean, I love Flea. I don't know if he'd suit our band that I'm putting together though, you know. Maybe fucking John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
That's him.
That's him.
And then on guitar, Maybe Jerry Cantrell on guitar.
Yeah,
Nice one.
do some vocals as well.
On the backing vocals. And then lead guitar. Jesus, lads. I'd nearly give it to Rory Gallagher.
Yes.
Just to mix it up.
Excellent.
Will you put in a bid for the guitar?
Me? No. I'd be on backing vocals, lads. Yeah. To answer your other question, I think the first gig I ever went to was Tattoo the Planet, the one that was called off in the Tree Arena because of 9/11.
Oh, right.
Right.
That was supposed to be Pantera. And
Damage Plant, was it?
No, it ended up being Cradle of Filth, Biohazard, and someone else. But it was good all cracking, yeah.
Very good.
That would have been something.
What was the last one you were at?
Morgan Wallen.
That was Morgan Wallen. Yeah.
Who's the singer in the band, Johnny? So we've got Jerry, we've got Rory, we've got Dave Grohl, and we've got John Paul Jones.
Jeez, I'm a big Lane Staley fan. From Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Or I'll give it to Eddie Vedder. Oh, Chris Cornell. Sorry, Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell all day.
Yes.
Chris Cornell all day. Yeah.
That is a nice band. That
would be a great fucking band, wouldn't it?
Rory Gallagher in there shaking things up. Yeah, I like it, Johnny. I like it.
He'd let our rep put Cornell on vocals.
Cornell is my favourite artist of all time. I think he's a fucking legend.
Yeah, I was only listening to Soundgarden during the week now. Jeez, this fucking... And when they played in the Tree Arena, like, he was still excellent.
Yeah. I got to see them. Yeah, he's excellent. We actually reviewed the album there not too long ago on the podcast.
Audio Slaves 1, and we'd actually done an album review of 10 as well. We went into it. We had a great crack doing it as well.
Yeah.
I'll have to get on that.
Yeah.
Two of us were singing Release before the Pearl Jam gig Thursday, only for the bastards not to play it.
Johnny, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. I really appreciate you giving up your time to coming on with us, and best of luck in the tour now, and hope all goes well, and enjoy it.
Thanks so much for having me, and keep up the good work. We'll see you again.
Thanks, Johnny. Cheers, bye.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Lads.
That's all for this week on That Sound podcast. You're just after listening to us have a chat with the one and only Johnny B, one half of the two Johnnies. What do you think of that, Gavin?
Yeah, great old chat. It was just... I think it was a nice casual chat, and we had a bit of crack and got an insight of how the two Johnnies started, and, you know, great to just see how two lads love what they're doing and how it's developed to playing to sold out 3 arena gigs and pints in a field of 20,000 people, and the boys are just enjoying it and having a crack. And, you know, it's another talent that this country has that, you know...
It's always been good for a wee bit of comedy. Tipperary itself has been very good for a bit of comedy with the originals, Pat Short and John Kenny, back in the day.
Yeah, they're like the two boys, aren't the 2.0, but the boys are very good at what to do. Johnny's a great musician, and Johnny Smacks is a good old singer. But
good laugh.
I tell you what I do like is the band he put together.
Yeah, no, that was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was
the Fab Five.
I like Rory Gallagher in there.
That was some pick.
So we hope you enjoyed that episode. Again, if you're enjoying the episodes that myself and Luke are banging out here, we'd love you to maybe rate the podcast and leave a review and tell a friend, spread the word. See you next week.
We'll chat to you next week. Au revoir.